The Shawshank Redemption, highest ranking movie on IMDb. Hi, and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're going to talk about The Shawshank Redemption, the highest ranking movie on IMDb. We're going to do a quick summary of the plot and talk about lots of interesting facts you didn't know about this movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a must. Let's begin. The year 1947, Andy Dufresne, played by Tim Robbins, is convicted of murdering his wife and lover. He's sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences at the Shawshank State Prison, where he meets Ellis Boyd Redding, or Red, played by Morgan Freeman, an inmate and the prison smuggler. Want to know why Red is in prison? Just keep watching. The two quickly become friends. Red procures a rock hammer and a poster of Rita Hayworth for Andy. By 1949, Andy starts helping the guards by giving them financial advice. Soon after, Andy is approached even by Warden Samuel Norton, played by Bob Gunton. He reassigns him to the prison library to help Brooks Hatlin, played by James Whitmore, an elderly inmate. He did this so Andy could manage financial matters for other prison staff and the warden himself. It's now 1965. A newcomer that goes by the name Tommy, played by Gil Bellows, who's incarcerated for a B&E, or breaking and entering, tells the story of how his cellmate at another prison has claimed responsibility for the murders Andy was convicted of. Andy immediately goes to Warden North with this, but he refuses to listen, throws Andy in solitary for 2 months, and has Tommy killed. When Andy comes out of solitary, Warden Norton threatens to destroy the library and take away his privileges if he doesn't continue to launder his money. When he sees Red again, he tells him of a specific hayfield near Buxton, and that when he is released, to retrieve a package that he buried there. The very next morning, Andy's gone. Guards search his cell, finding a hole covered by the poster of Rita Hayworth. He digs the tunnel for 20 years so he could escape, and he then takes the money accumulated from the scams at $370,000 and leaves town. After 40 years in prison, Red finally gets parole and reunites with Andy in a Pacific Mexican town. Now that we refreshed your memory of this amazing movie, it's time to hear all the interesting facts you didn't know about. What did Red do to serve a 40-year sentence? Who else almost starred in this movie? Why was Brooks in prison for 50 years? And much more. Number 1. The movie is based on the 1982 novella by Stephen King. Stephen has considered this to be one of his favorite film adaptations of his work. Also, did you know that Stephen King sleeps with the light on to keep monsters away? As he explained in an interview back in 1982. Number 2. In the entire movie, there are only 2 female speaking parts. The first one is the customer that complains about Brooks' service at the grocery store, and the second is the bank teller who speaks to Andy following his escape. Number 3. This was Morgan Freeman's first time narrating a movie. Number 4. This movie could have had a completely different cast. For the part of Andy, who was played by Tim Robbins, they were considering Tom Hanks, Nicolas Cage, Johnny Depp, Kevin Costner, Tom Cruise, and even Charlie Sheen. For the part of Red, played by Morgan Freeman, they were considering Harrison Ford and Clint Eastwood. Number 5. Although the movie didn't do well at the box office, with an approximate total gross of $16 million on a budget of $25 million, it became one of the highest grossing video rentals of all time. Number 6. Brooks was sentenced to 50 years in prison because he was convicted of murdering his wife and daughter after suffering a bad night at the poker table. Number 7. Red is often seen with packs of cigarettes, but he is never seen smoking in the film. Number 8. The movie that the prisoners are watching during the scene Andy asks Red for the Rita Hayworth poster is called Gilda from 1946. Number 9. To prepare for the role of Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins spent time in solitary confinement. Number 10. The prison scenes were filmed at the Ohio State Reformatory. Number 11. Director Frank Darabont wrote the script for the film in 8 weeks. Number 12. The opera scene was one of the few scenes that are not in the original novella written by Stephen King. Number 13. Red's prison mugshot is a photo of Morgan Freeman's son. Number 14. At the end of the movie, we see a dedication in memory of Alan Green. He was Frank Darabont's director agent and also a close personal friend. He died before the completion of the film due to AIDS complications. Number 15. The Shawshank Redemption has been the #1 film on IMDb's user-generated top 250 list since 2008, surpassing The Godfather Parts 1 and 2, The Schindler's List, Pulp Fiction, and even The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Number 16. In King's novella, it's revealed that Red was sent to Shawshank after killing his wife for her life insurance. He attempted to stage an accident by cutting the brakes of her car. Unfortunately, this led the vehicle to hit and also kill his neighbor's wife and son. The only thing Red says about his crime in the movie is that he's the only guilty man in Shawshank. And that would be all for this video. Tell us your thoughts on this amazing movie in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe, it really helps us to make more videos. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, check out our channel for more, and stay tuned for more videos.